so that the direction of the picture is in the script. Everything is in the script.
Let's move on to the second part of the roundtable. I want to know about how you write. What's your process? Do you put some music on? Do you go in a coffee shop? Do you write on paper? Do you write on a computer? What environment do you create for yourself? Do you have a notepad? What's your process like? 10, we're going to start with you. How does the first ID pop up and then it becomes something that you feel you're going to have interest in?
I have probably like one like distinct writing style. I go back to Miyazaki because he's my hero. He he said in the documentary that he writes just like right away in the morning, early as can be, and he just writes his dreams. And I started doing that like in college. I would like write down in a notepad like my dreams, because I'm a very vivid dreamer. So I tend to take my inspiration from my dreams. And I'm not a morning person, so I don't follow that from Miyazaki. But I basically write on Final Draft, and
Mhm.
I don't like to write an outline or like anything like a synopsis before I write.
You just go for it.
I just go in because I feel like writing, you just go with the flow with the first draft, and whatever comes out is like what's in your head right there, your true self. And then, you can do how many other drafts you want to after, but I just like to go freehand the first draft and see what comes out. How can I make this story? And I feel more creative in that process instead of planning it out, because if I plan it, I'm always referring back to these notes. And I feel like I'm like boxed into what I wrote in this outline. So if I'm like, I've got no ties to the story, I can be as imaginative as I want. And I usually do that for every single script I write. I'm always just first time, go with it, see what comes out of it, and I'll just read it back. And then if I like the draft, then I'll make draft two, and then go from there.
I am the exact same. I write it first. I don't think about it. I go with the flow, and then I use a board and I put post-it notes on it to reorganize the things. But the IDs are already on the page,
Right.
so I relate 100%. I'm with you. Elle, how does that work for you?
That's so funny. Matt and Tan, I'm exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually bought this massive uh, dry erase
Mm-hmm.
thing from Amazon, and it's on the entire wall. Like it's 12 feet long. And I write, and I've, it's ridiculous with post-it notes and stuff, but and I have so many ideas that I'm working on right now for other stories, but this one in particular, I was lucky because I adapted the book that I wrote. So this was a lot easier. So I knew I had a beginning and I had an end, and I just had to figure out how to plug it all in to make it work for, a 6-part limited series. So that was just a lot of, um, all the pieces were there. I just had to plug them
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And, I like to write with, I literally do bring my laptop, my MacBook everywhere I go. It's in my backpack like I'm 15 years old. And I'm always thinking about different stories, and well, especially this one for Catfish. I'm like, how can I make that work? What would he say? And it's nonstop. That's first and everything else is after
Yeah.
in my life. And I love soft 70s yacht rocks or piano musics, and that's always playing in the background. Something a nice calm place, sitting outside with the trees and the birds. A nice calm environment where I can feel creative.
Okay.
It's kind of my process.
Okay. Therese, what's your process? Do you have specific playlists you play when you write? Do you stay home? Do you go in a different place? What's your process like?
Oh, my writing is completely chaos. I don't have any functional way to even articulate my writing. It really just because most of my writing is pulled from some form of real life, either my experience or somebody else's experience, a relative, something I saw, and I just kind of exaggerate it to fit whatever narrative that I'm thinking about. I am currently in school for my MFA for screenwriting. And while I'm doing that, I am a stay-at-home mom of 4 boys. And so time to myself is non-existent. My toddler is asleep and I'm like, don't wake up. So I have to literally write when I can. And when I write, I take my laptop everywhere. I went on a cruise a couple weeks ago. I had my laptop. I got yelled at. It doesn't matter. I need it. So so it's just really, anytime I get time, I get an idea, I jot it down on a piece of paper. If I listen to a song, I get an idea, I just, write what I can. And then when I get a chance to spit it all out in my computer, that's what I do.
Yeah, that's real life writing. When you have time, when you have just a minute for you, it's something you have to do, definitely. Jane, what's your process? Do you work from your student house? Do you work on your computer? Do you have a notepad? Do you have specific music to listen to?
Yeah, mine's also pretty chaotic. Like I use Final Draft, but I will literally just be in a movie theater watching, like recently I watched Regretting You, which is another rom-com, and I just like started having these ideas. And I was like, I need to write this down in my notes app. So my notes app is really like the hub for all my ideas. I'll just randomly like spit out words and then I'll read them back and be like, what is this? But I draw inspiration from everywhere, whether it's music or from my own life experience. And some people will tell me their own stories. Like I remember we were at this, like I went to visit my friend in San Diego. We were at this Taco Bell parking lot and they were talking about like ghosts and demons. And I just like started getting inspiration from their own stories. I was like, I need to write this down in my notes app. It can be from anything. Yeah.
Yeah, the notes app definitely. I mean, now we all have cell phones, so it's so easy to do a voice recording, to type up some ideas and then forget about it. And then you go back to it, like you just said. What was that? What did I mean when I wrote this bit?
So that the direction of the picture is in the script. Everything is in the script.